Hey guys, how you doing? Shinri here. Back with one more video. As you guys know, these videos aren't scripted. They sometimes sound like a tangent, but that's because they are, because it's kind of like our fresh thoughts coming out. This video will be different than like my usual anime talks, movie talks, video game reviews, stuff like that. We do that stuff on this like channel. This is new. When I started YouTube, I just kind of uploaded what I felt like uploading, and we still kind of do that, just like I do with my books. I write whatever I want to write. And I felt this topic was relevant because one, I am gay. I'm an LGBT kid, adult now, but I was as a kid. Nothing ever happened to me, no outside influences, and that's stuff I want to get into in a second because I have examples of recent things and things from the 90s that I grew up with, and I just don't understand how people aren't connecting the dots these days, especially in our time. I also think it's relevant because it's Pride Month, and I've also never told my story really. Like, people that know it, but if you don't know it, I'm gonna just tell you. So to start out with, since I don't have a script, I'm just gonna like talk off the rip. Yeah, I don't want to say I was born gay or that I decided to be gay. It's just me. Just like you are who you are. If you're straight, you're straight. If you're bi, you're bi. If you are straight and later realize you're gay, if you're straight, you later realize you're a lesbian, it happens. Because we're people. We decide that. When we decide that, I don't know. I can tell you my earliest memory of a child was when NSYNC was on TV and Justin Timberlake would show up. Me and my sister would be watching. I'd kiss the TV when Justin Timberlake was on there after she did it. She's like, "You're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to like girls." That was me as a kid. No outside influence. And here's the thing. Let's go ahead and get into this because I'm talking as a kid. Well, let me give some more examples. Like Batman and Robin. I thought Robin was cute. Like I don't remember his name. It's the Batman and Robin from like the 90s. When there was like Poison Ivy, Mr. Freeze. I thought that Robin was cute. I liked him. I knew it was wrong. I tried to like a girl before. I did. I'm not going to use names because I'm still friends with these people, but I had these childhood friends and I had a crush on my best friend. He didn't know that. And his sister liked me at the time. Could have just like we're kid thing, but she liked me. She wanted me to give her a kiss. I didn't want to do it because I wanted to kiss her brother, which is a weird thing to say as a kid. But I mean, is it any different than like when our parents? Because as a kid, also, let's talk about influence now. Our parents would be like, "Terrence, where's your girlfriend? Oh, Terrence got a girlfriend." Da 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 da. Because we're expected, if you're a boy, to like girls. You're expected if you like girls to like guys, and if you get your heart broken because that guy or girl doesn't like you, you go to your parents like, "Oh, she doesn't like me," and they're like, "Oh, it'll be okay, baby. You don't understand." It doesn't work like that when you're gay. I can't tell my mom, "This guy doesn't like me." She doesn't know what to say. She's a heterosexual. My dad's a heterosexual. I'm surrounded by heterosexuals. I mean, maybe they would, but this was the 90s. Before this, teens used to commit suicide because they couldn't talk to their parents. Or if they did talk to their parents, they were put in those gay concentration camps. Do y'all know about those? The ones that got shut down? Yeah, they used to electrocute gay teenagers and kids because they're like, something's wrong with your brain. It's nothing wrong with our brains. It's just who we are. I mean, that didn't happen to me. I didn't get electrocuted. I never told them I was gay. I'm going to get into that in a second. But, yeah, like, who do we go to? Straight people don't have to come out. Love Simon did it best. And I'm going to play that clip right here.
I've been thinking about why I haven't come out yet. Maybe it's because it doesn't seem fair that only gay people have to come out. Why is straight the default?
I have something I need to tell you.
Mom, there's something I have to tell you.
Can we talk?
Yeah.
I'm straight.
I'm straight. I'm sorry, Mom. It's true.
I like girls.
I like men.
You get that from your daddy side.
I'm in love with Nick.
I feel like I've been raising a stranger.
Yes, absolutely, you have.
I'm heterosexual.
Oh, God, help me, Jesus, please.
I did want to talk to you guys about something.
What is it?
Well,
Let me guess. You got somebody pregnant. No, you're pregnant.
yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, I'm
I
pregnant.
knew it. And he's got that glow about him, babe.
No, I'm gay.
Honey.
And I don't want you guys to think anything different. I'm still me.
Of course you are,
Yeah.
Simon.
So you're gay. Which one of your old girlfriends turned you? Was it the one with the big eyebrow or the one with the
Jesus Christ,
braces?
Dad, can you ever shut the hell
I'm
up?
kidding.
It's not
I'm
funny.
kidding.
Hey,
Nora,
it's-
just open up your gift, please.
It's okay, honey.
Nora, I got you this.
Simon.
That's for you. No, that's for you. That's for me. It's a Cuisinart.
I love it. Thank you, Simon.
Oh, hey guys, sorry. One more thing. I forgot to mention in the third part of this that, or second part of this, that I did have a girlfriend at one point. I had to read this funny story because it actually has to do with Love, Simon as well. Although this was way back before I saw that movie. And I think 12th grade, I had a girlfriend over summer in 11th grade. Her name was Rebecca. She was actually Justin's ex-girlfriend. And she wanted to be with me. Mind you, Justin knew I was gay. Justin knew I was 100% gay. But I wanted to try seeing if I could be straight. So the whole summer she wants to like talk to me. She's like, hey babe, stuff like that. I'm always brushing her off to hang out with Nick, Tristan, and Angelique. And I'm like, oh, I gotta go. My brother, my dad, they're calling me. And then when I get back to Florida, it was her birthday, so she invited me over. And the whole day I'm just avoiding her at her birthday. Like I didn't want to be near her. But at one point she asked me to come upstairs with her. And so, and it's a true story. You could ask her if you ever see her. She was scooting back on her bed, getting all comfortable. She's like, why don't you come sit up here with me? And I text my grandma. I said, Grandma doesn't know this. She's going to know it now. But I told my grandma, I said, Grandma, I'm sick. Can you come get me? And the whole time I'm stalling, I'm like, oh, God, I'm sorry. I don't feel good. And Justin can confirm this story. But I was picking at her stomach and so my grandma gets her. I said, I got to go by. Didn't kiss her, didn't say nothing. Didn't say I love her. And then the next day she broke up with me to go out with Greg, the other best friend. I either bring up a part 1 or part 2 of this. I don't remember. Because this is like a story I'm just remembering that I want to add in here. And so I pretended to be upset. Like, I think I was upset, but I don't know why I was upset. Even Justin knew I was upset. Just like, you are gay. And I was like, yeah, but I tried to be straight. And now Greg took my girlfriend. And it was funny because Greg would confront me in the hallway. And he'd be like, yeah, I stole your girl. What you gonna do about it? And I was just like, acting like I was mad. But I don't even know why I was acting like I was mad because I know I was gay. But it's just a funny little quick story I want to throw in here. And the way this all resolves is like, whether it's in part 1 or part 2, but Greg found out I was gay later when I confirmed it. And he was just like, so why were you mad? And I was like, I don't even know. That's all. On to part 3. So yeah, like straight people don't have to come out to their families. It's a gay thing. We have to come out. We have to feel comfortable to tell someone that we're gay. So yeah, influences. You guys talked about the cartoons, Lightyear. So I watched Lightyear. Yeah, there was a scene where a woman got pregnant. They didn't show how, but she got pregnant and she had a wife and they got married. And the movie just goes on. The movie glosses over. It's just a thing that's happening as the movie's going. And so the movie ends. I didn't like Lightyear because I thought it was kind of dumb. But my brother didn't like Lightyear because he said, I don't know why they had to put a woman getting pregnant in the movie. Like, why do that? And I was like, okay, but so what? He was like, well, I think it's going to just mess with kids. I'm like, I don't think my nephew, your son, even noticed that. And if he did, I don't think he cared. People get pregnant. Women get pregnant. That's clear. He doesn't need to know that maybe she got it. Maybe she had a surrogate. Maybe who cares? Because, and even if you say it doesn't make sense logically, a mermaid turning into a human to marry a human prince makes no sense. Pocahontas, an Indian woman, a Native American, Can't talk to trees to get advice. Hunchback of Notre Dame, gargoyles don't come to light to talk to you. Kids do not question stupid things. Kids don't give a fuck. Why now do you want to think everything's going to influence your kids if it has a gay character in there, or if there's a gay cartoon character? Kids don't give a fuck, man. I didn't give a fuck. I grew up around these straight cartoons. My fairy godmother didn't show up every time I cried to make me a fucking suit to go to prom. Not the ball. These cartoons do not affect children, because if they did, we would all be straight. But gay kids exist. I grew up in a heterosexual household, surrounded by a straight mom, straight grandma, straight uncle, straight dad, straight brothers, siblings, sisters, all that. Straight friends. We're not influenced by cartoons, but we are influenced by our parents. There are a lot of things that we get from our parents. And a lot of people forget this. I worked at Target just this winter, and I remember I kept passing this baby, and every time she passed me, she tried to say nigger. It was a baby. And the reason why I know, because the dad would say, shh, not now. Every time I pass, and I didn't pass them on purpose, but that baby kept saying nick or something like that, and he's like, shh. Babies are influenced by your parents. The politics, when you bring it up in your household, your kids usually overhear that. They overhear what you're saying. They are influenced by you first. They're not influenced by cartoons. They're not influenced by the world they see. The world they see is going to happen regardless. You can't hide them from the world. Do you remember that Black Mirror episode where the mom tried to hide the girl from like the scary dogs and all the scary stuff in the world to keep her from it? And then the girl grew up desensitized to it? You can't hide your children from the world. The moment you have kids, you are putting them in this world filled with racism and gays and bisexuals and killing and poverty and inflation and having to go get a job when you turn 18 or even before 18. Like when you have a kid, when you have the unprotected sex, you are deciding to bring a kid into this world filled with these things. You cannot shelter these kids from it. But they will be influenced by you first, the parents first. Getting into more about my story. In first grade, I got kissed in a dare by a boy. It was like a stupid dare. Like, hey, you know how like in elementary you get dare to do something stupid like, oh, I dare you to kiss this person, and then he did it. He kissed me on the lips, just like 1 second. But I had butterflies in my stomach. He just went like this, like he didn't like it. I liked it. I didn't tell him that. Third grade, I kind of like a movie. I stared at this kid. I thought it was cute. I didn't realize I was staring until the moment he said, "What are you looking at? I'm not gay." That hit me in my heart. It hurt. Because 1, I realized I was staring. 2, I just got outed for staring at a boy. I didn't admit that I was gay. Did not admit that. But someone called me out for being gay still. That hurt my feelings. That, when you can't express yourself or like be yourself, kid or adult or teenager, you kind of like lock yourself. And you know what I'm talking about. Even straight kids, you know what I'm talking about. When you can't express yourself, you kind of hide away. You lock a piece of yourself up, and it bottles up, and it bothers you. And maybe you don't have someone to talk to, or maybe you don't know who to talk to. Because, again, who can I go to? Mom, Dad, I'm gay. I'm in elementary school. They'll tell me it's a phase. They'll tell me you grow out of it. They'll tell me you're not gay. I expect to have a girlfriend the whole time. There's many examples like that. Not just for me, but other people. But I will tell you some other stuff while I'm just being candid and open about this right now. When I was still in denial, because I denied that I was gay for a lot, even to myself, I would look at boys kissing. This is on AOL.com, when you type on, remember AOL.com, the dial-up, speed up, all that shit? I used to go into gay chat rooms. Didn't know what I was doing. I mean, I know what I was doing. Our generation grew up with the internet. We understand the internet. Our parents understand the internet, but we grew up with the internet, the 90s kids, so we know how the internet works. We're not stupid. Stop saying kids, oh my God, these kids are so smart. You were a kid too. You were not stupid. I'm not saying people are saying kids are stupid, but everybody acts so surprised and they're like, kids understand. Yes, understand, because we were all kids. We are human beings. Our brain learns and processes what we see. That's how you learn. That's why there are some kids that are super geniuses. There are some adults that if their parents are open, like, let them not experiment, that's the wrong word. Well, yeah, that's the right word. And I don't mean sexually, but just like let them solve puzzles on their own. It challenged them. They grew up to make these cool inventions, cures, cancers, doctors, inventors. It's because they're not closed-minded. You know, as a kid, in the 90s as well, another thing they're influenced by with their parents is like, oh, say a black kid likes a white kid. Or I have no type. I've dated Mexicans, white guys, black guys. I dated a Chinese. I'm not dated a Chinese. I was with a Chinese guy recently, and it was amazing. So I don't have a type. But, you know, some people be like, oh, you got to be with your race. That's old ways of thinking. We're all human beings. We are all on this planet together. We didn't make this planet. God did. And even if you're religious and you say God hates the gays, I don't think God ever hated me. God knew I was gay. God knows everything. He is so omnipotent, so omnipresent. He knows everything. He knows who we are, who you're going to be. This whole life is a blink of an eye for him. He knows who we are. And if you say because bad stuff happens, well, he don't protect the gay, you know, stuff does happen. A lot of this is our choice. A lot of this is because of our free will. But God doesn't love us any less. But I've never felt like God hated me because I was gay. I hid myself because I couldn't express myself. But anyways, back to AOL. So back in AOL days, I used to go into gay chat rooms. I'd be just like, hey, I'm young, I'm gay. And that was bad because of pedophiles. Like, and I'm not saying pedophiles are just gay. We all know pedophiles come in any race, shape, form, and sexuality. But that was bad for me. But that's how I felt like I could talk to those people. I felt like I could open up to those people. But it was bad because, like I said, people would target me. I never met anybody again. That never happened to me, ever. But I bring this up because my mom found out I was in gay chat room. She's like, are you gay? I was like, no, I'm not gay. I was just messing around. It was a dare. I look up boys kissing because on AOL, if you type in like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z, if you even type in the first letter, it brings up any search result you ever looked up. A, boys kissing, boys kissing. I don't know for C, dicks, you know, whatever. If you type in anything, first letter, it would always be something gay. Like, Terrence, did you look this up? Who else looked this up? And I got talked to so many times in elementary school about me being possibly gay. But again, it was never accepted. It was never rejected out loud, but it was never accepted either. It was just kind of like we know, but we're not saying anything. Because I still got asked about a girlfriend. I still got asked about, where's your girlfriend and stuff like that. And I several times, you know, I tried to tell my friends I was gay. I had a best friend in 5th grade. He knows this story. I'm not putting out anybody's names, but I thought he was cute. But what happened was we were sitting back to back in chairs, and I hit my elbow back and I hit his butt. And he literally did like this slow turn of like glare, like, you just hit my butt? And I was like, no, dude, that was an accident. I really didn't mean to hit his butt. And he knows I didn't. But it's funny because I do like him, so I kind of wish I did on purpose. But no, it was never on purpose. But one time I did try to admit that I was gay to him. He says that he knew, and I definitely can see that because I used to get, kind of like Helga and Hey Arnold, I used to get mad at my straight friends because I liked them, but I didn't know how to tell them. So I was just kind of like frustrated with myself. I was frustrated with me. So I'd be like, yeah, dude, leave, you know, whatever. Or why are you with that girl? I want to hang out with you this weekend. And they try to have girlfriends and stuff like that, and I always get mad. But anyways, I tried to tell him I was gay one time, and then he even said it to me. He's like, you like me? And I was like, no, dude, no. Oh, I said to him, I was like, I like somebody. He's like, who, me? And I was like, no, just somebody, you know? But I meant to say him, and I think he knew that. But I never admitted it. I was in denial for a lot, and I think that's kind of why I became shy. I became shy because I couldn't tell people I was gay. The 90s to early 2000s, it was not accepted. Like, you could see it here and there, a couple gay couples, and I'd be kind of jealous. I'd be kind of like, oh, that's cool. But we always had heterosexual cartoons. We always had heterosexual shows. There was always men and women kissing, and that did not affect me. I did not turn straight. I wanted to kiss the guy. I never wanted to be a girl. Hell no. I am not, nothing against trans people, but I never wanted to be a woman. I just wanted to be with a guy. And I tried to be straight. I tried to be straight so many times. I tried to like a girl. One time a girl flashed me her tits, and I was just like, ugh. But if a guy looked at me, I started smiling. Getting into 8th grade, when I moved to Florida, this is how I first accepted I was gay. Again, there's no script. This is all just me talking. But getting into the first time I admitted I was gay, I had this friend. He goes by Logie. He's the one in my PAD class. I tried to tell him I was gay. I don't know why I wanted to tell him. The first time we even how we became friends is funny. It's a very funny story that we joke about to this day. So we moved to Florida. I didn't know anybody. I still was denying that I was gay. I knew I was because I would do gay things, but I didn't like, and I don't mean with another dude. I mean like just like watching boys kiss or looking at boys kiss on the internet, because we grew up with the internet. But I didn't want to admit it. Even if I did something gay, like looked at it, I'd be like, oh, why did I do that? I'm not gay. I was in denial, because that's what was being put in my brain. That I'm supposed to have a girlfriend. I'm supposed to have a wife. That I'm supposed to be straight. After everybody's been telling me this whole time, you're supposed to be straight, without directly saying it, just like, where's your girlfriend? So I was influenced by my family and the world around me. Because, and school, because like I said, you don't want to be called a faggot. You want to be called gay back then. Because you were called a faggot, everybody wanted to stay away from you. It was embarrassing. It really made me kind of shy. So when I went to Florida, I didn't want to talk to anybody. And I remember I went to the gas station. I got myself some of those Bubblicious gums, whatever, like strawberry and blueberry. And anyways, I'm walking back to my apartment. I see 3 kids sitting on the stairs: Logie, Shinry, Xavier, and Ziana. That's not their real names, but I'm not exposing any of my friends' names in this video because this is about me. Anyways, Logie says to me as I'm walking by, hey, where you going, kid? And I was like, going home. He was like, oh, okay. And as I'm trying to walk away again, he's like, can I have a piece of gum? Randomly. Didn't even know me. I thought he was just like, and it's funny, I didn't think he was a fat kid, because Logie was just like a fit kid, but like just a normal kid. But I threw him my strawberry pack of gum, my favorite gum, strawberry. And he said, thank you. Next day, he sits me on the bus. We had that first conversation was him asking for a piece of gum. He became my best friend in the world. In the world, to this day. Logie is my best friend. But we became friends because he asked me for a piece of gum. And then he sat next to me on the bus the next day. Anyways, at some point, I wanted to tell Justin. I want to tell somebody the truth. Justin is straight. Logie is straight. I did say your name, Justin. I'm sorry, but again, this isn't about him. Logie is straight. He has never been gay. He will never be gay. Nothing like that. But he is involved with this story. One day we're sitting outside, and it was bothering me so much because I had bottled up being gay for 14 years at that point. 14 years old. I'm a teenager now. Teenager where you guys say this is still a phase, that I should have grown out of it by now, since I was a kid. Nothing still ever happened to me. I just was denying. So I tried to tell him, I said, I need to tell you something. He said, you can tell me anything. You're my best friend in the world. I said, I'm red and you're blue. You're red, I'm blue. He said, okay. You're Captain Crunch, I'm Fruity Pebbles. He said, okay. I said, you're apples, I'm oranges. I kept trying to give this motherfucker metaphors. It was literally going over Logie's head. And then finally, after 5 minutes of trying to tell him, I said, I'm gay, and I ran away. And as I'm running away, he says, hey, where are you going? And I said, I just told you I'm gay. He said, so? You want to go play video games? That guy, my best friend in the whole world, found out I was gay and didn't give a fuck. That is when I accepted that I was gay. Because of him. I still didn't admit it out loud, but I admitted it to myself. I'm going to tell you how I came out in a second. We're going to get to that. But that was the first time I could accept that I was gay. I didn't have to hide that I like boys around him. I could like look at boys and he'd be looking at girls and he didn't care. He came over all the time. We played video games. We hung out. Had Toonami nights. We're doing an anime podcast together. He is my best friend in the world. He's now married to his wife. And we're still best friends to this day. And I still tell him about guys I date. And he doesn't care. That is what every person needs. Just a friend. That's what we all need to be. It's just good people. Do not tell your kids to stay away from gay kids. They're not going to be affected. He was never impacted by me ever. Both of us, heterosexual cartoons. The first gay cartoon I ever seen was The Legend of Korra. And yeah, I know, the whole season, 4 seasons of Legend of Korra, she was a heterosexual. But do you remember the last episode, the last 10 seconds? Oh, no, that's a lie. Hold on. I'm going to go back in a second. I'm going to go back and fix something in a second. But do you remember The Legend of Korra? The last 10 seconds, she holds hands with the girl and they walk together in the sunset. It was implied that they were gay. He later came out and confirmed it. But I knew when I saw it, I said, whoa. Whoa. That was bold. SpongeBob is not gay. But do you remember Courage the Cowardly Dog? All of us do. If you are a 90s kid, you watched Courage the Cowardly Dog. There is an episode, and I recognized this as a kid. As a kid, I recognized it. Because kids are not stupid. I was not stupid. We knew what was going on. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch it now. It's on HBO Max. Go to the episode called The Mask, Part 1, Part 2. There are 2 lesbian characters. It is not outright said, but it is implied. And it is confirmed by the creator later. And Cartoon Network told him not to air it. They never say, you're my girlfriend. They never say, I love you. They say, oh, Bunny, you're my best friend. A lesbian cat, a lesbian bunny. And the bunny was dating a gangster dog. It was Courage the Cowardly Dog, first of all, was violent and dark as fuck. Rewatch Courage the Cowardly Dog. We watched that was our introduction as kids to horror. Not like blood and guts, but that was our introduction to horror. Courage the Cowardly Dog introduced us to horror, but it also introduced us to our first gay couple in cartoons ever. I'm not talking about fucking Bugs Bunny and Drag. A literal gay couple. Watch that episode. I caught it as a kid. I knew it as a kid. I didn't like ever acknowledge that they were gay out loud until I rewatched the episode on HBO Max, like the whole season, and I watched that episode and I was like, wait, are they really gay? Or was I just thinking as a kid? No, the creator confirmed they are gay. And Cartoon Network didn't want him to air it at first. That is one of the most famous episodes ever. Not because how dark it was, also because how brave that fucking creator was. That creator's straight, but that's very daring to do in a kids show. And again, straight people saw that cartoon. It probably went over your head, or maybe you did acknowledge it, but you don't care. Because cartoons do not decide who we are. They're just cartoons. It's just fantasy. If we believed every cartoon, I would expect to see a woman walk out of the fucking ocean as a mermaid and come out with legs. You know what I mean? The most realistic cartoon we saw was probably Mulan. And I mean the cartoon Mulan. The cartoon Mulan is great. It's amazing. Better than that live action one. But that's not what this is about. 14 years old, I accepted that I was gay. But I didn't say it out loud. I got called a faggot in high school. It kind of still kept me sheltered, but around my best friend, I was myself. I was a nerd. I wasn't a cosplayer yet, but I was a nerd. I loved anime. He loved anime. We were both nerds. We loved video games. And we had a bigger group too. I had a crush on a couple straight guys in high school as well. They didn't know. I did tell one guy, his name was I'm gonna call him Samus. I told him that I was gay. And he was cool with it too. He's straight. He's got a kid and a wife. I don't talk to him anymore, but he knew that I was gay too. He accepted me. So I didn't influence or impact him in any negative way. He stayed true to who he was. Because that's who we are. If you are who you are, you stay true to who you are. Now, how I came out to everybody is a whole different story. At 18, 4 years after admitting that I was gay to myself and my best friend, I went to my first gay bar. Now, I didn't know that gay bars existed. Like, yeah, you know, bars, clubs existed, but I didn't know gay bars existed where I lived at. My straight friend, his mom, and her boyfriend were like, hey, you want to go to this gay club with us? They didn't know I was gay because they thought I was straight. And my friend thought I was straight, the one whose mom took us. And we're both 18. And so the whole time we're at this gay club, I'm looking around like, I don't want to be here. But then I met him, I'm like, oh my God, I can't wait to come back. So anyways, fast forward to a couple nights going to this gay club. I meet my first boyfriend. His name was Anthony. Well, Robbie, technically. I met Robbie and Anthony at the same time. I dated Robbie for like 2 days, but I really wanted Anthony, so we're not gonna get judgmental into that, okay? Because all of y'all dated somebody that you wanted somebody else for at some point, anyway. But me and Anthony started dating. It was kind of casual, but because it was my first boyfriend, like first time with a guy, kissing a guy, doing anything with a guy, I wanted to be with him all the time. So I was constantly texting him, constantly this, that, yada, yada, yada. And one day, my sister says, your mom's been going through your phone. And I didn't realize, like, she was reading my text. Like, I'm 18 at this point, but she was reading my text and whatever. And I was just like, oh my God, like, please don't. So one day I'm washing dishes. This is a true story. Washing dishes. She's watching the Saints play in the living room. She says to me, so how are you and your boyfriend? The dish drops in the sink. Shatters. 5 minutes of silence. I'm just staring at her. She's watching the game. I said, after 5 minutes, very, very, very low, we're okay. She said, good. The moment my mom said that, I didn't give a fuck. I posted on Facebook, I'm gay. Everybody, there were some people in the comments that had shocked faces. I remember Greg was one of them. He was like, oh, that's very shocking, but I made a rubber, so it doesn't matter. And that was funny because Greg was another one of my best friends. And since then, I just became okay with it. Like now, there are still times where throughout 18, like 18 to like my early 20s that I wouldn't like, and there are types of gay people, we call them masculine and feminine. I'm considered what's masculine. Like if you don't ask, or if I don't tell you, if I don't do something gay, like look at a guy's butt or say a guy's cute out loud, you wouldn't know. That shocks people sometimes. Like I'll be hanging out with a new group of people, straight people usually, and these girls looking at guys, and I'm like, damn, he's cute too. They're like, okay. I've had that reaction. I've had a reaction where me and my coworker were working together on a job, and these women keep walking by, these thick women. He's like, damn, TJ, look at her. And I just kept driving. He's like, TJ, you don't see that? And I just keep driving. And he just kept annoying me about it. I'm not a gay where like, I'm going to tell you I'm gay so you give me attention. I'm just going to be like, I'm gay. I didn't look at her. But anyways, so he kept saying it. It's like, dude, I said, dude, I'm gay. He got quiet, so I thought like, oh shit, I fucked up. 3 minutes later, damn, TJ, look at that fine ass man right there. We laughed for like 5 minutes straight. It is okay to be gay now. It is okay. It's more accepting. On prom night, I took my best friend Logi's sister to prom because I couldn't take a guy. I didn't want to go by myself. It was prom night. I didn't do anything with her. We didn't even dance, but like, I just thought I should attend. prom is bullshit. I don't think we all need to go. Like, go if you want. Go if you're social. Go if you like to dance. But I felt like because I was gay, I felt like I shouldn't have went because it would have been true to myself. But now it's awesome to take your gay best friend to prom if you're straight, or if a guy takes a guy to prom. Now it's cool. It's accepting. And I think that's great. We are in a progressive state of the world. We do not need to go back to closet. And do not think want to out anybody. But there are closeted men with families, wives, kids, that, you know, they're either bisexual, closeted bisexual, or they're gay, and they do stuff on the side. I have seen them. I have met them. Not on purpose. Like, I don't hunt for straight or bi-closeted men, but they have messaged me. But it's because, like, I think they're from a time where it wasn't okay. They could have been like, hey, you have to have a wife. Hey, you have to have a kid. And I applaud, you know, couples that, like, you know, hey, they're like, hey, my husband's bi. You know, that Black Mirror episode that everybody gave shit to Anthony Mackie for like kissing. All Anthony Mackie did in that episode was kiss a dude. There was nothing else gay that happened in that whole episode. Technically, the characters in the show were fucking. And I don't mean the actors. I mean literally, like, if those people were real, those characters would be fucking. But the actors, that was a man and a woman every time. But the thing is, what's funny is that, like, y'all gave him shit for being a gay Captain America, but he's not gay. He is a straight man. Anthony Mackie is straight. And there are plenty of straight actors that have done gay roles. If you don't know, you need to look it up yourself anyway. And they've done more than, you know, kiss a dude for 1 second. But I thought that was funny because the premise of the episode is that once a month, he gets to fuck his gay best friend, and she gets to go, you know, have a one polygamous day. There are couples that should admit to their partner, like, hey, I like both. Because you doing it behind their back. If they leave you, they leave you. But we are in a progressive time now where, like, you don't have to hide that you're gay. No one is influenced by cartoons. Luca, I don't know if Luca was gay, that film about the fish people. I don't know. I felt like they were just friends. Like, friends want to hang out and, you know, live together. But if y'all think he was gay, whatever. I didn't get it. And I'm gay. I didn't get that vibe, but whatever. Have your win if you want to. But my point is that, like, just because gay cartoons are coming out now or gay characters are on TV now, we've lived in a world with heterosexual movies, genre TV, and you can say that that's how the world should be. But the world also thinks that, like, everybody should go back to their own country, even though everybody in America, we're not all of us are. Yes, some of us are born here. You are an American. I'm not taking that away from you. But don't be telling somebody to go back to their own country when you don't know who was born here or not. If you say because their ancestors or their family wasn't born here, well, at some point, weren't we all? Not all of us are Native American. Stop saying go back to your country. And I bring this up because, as I'm saying, like, progressive, together. We're on this earth together for hopefully 100 years. Some not so much. Some don't even live past a day, unfortunately. But trying to go back to this old ways, because I hate bringing up politics, but I've been wanting to bring this up anyway. Just make America great again. What does that mean? What does making America great again mean? Because what should be great about it is that we all come together in unison. Stop dividing each other. Gay cartoons do not turn your kids gay. Straight cartoons do not turn your gay kids gay. Your gay kids straight. If it did, we'd all be straight. Because guess what? For years, we've had straight TV and straight characters. Just because one gay character shows up doesn't mean your whole show is ruined. Or cartoons ruined. Your kids do not care. Lightyear is not going to change them. Neither is some background characters, because that's all they were. But yes, as an LGBT kid myself, I can tell you, nothing influenced me. No one touched me. No one bothered me. I had no one to talk to, so I sheltered that. I denied that I was gay for 14 years. One thing I forgot to bring up was in 6th grade. Do y'all remember the My Goody CD by Sierra? Of course y'all do. That song was popping in 6th grade. It was popping. My dad took me to Walmart. He bought me the Goody CD. He didn't question it. I said, it was Sierra, Dad. Back then, we had a reading class where you could bring a CD to class and they'd play it, you know? And so when My Goodies came on, the first song, everybody was like, yeah, okay, My Goodies, not My Goodies. But then when the song kept playing Sierra, they realized it was a chick CD. And so they all started whispering like yada, yada, yada. And so the teacher took out my CD, gave it back to me, and they put somebody else's CD in there. They had random music, pop music, and the class was more comfortable. But they were uncomfortable because I bought the CD, and it was a girl CD. But I liked it because I thought everybody liked Sierra. Music shouldn't be gay. Music should not be based on like a sexuality. But that was another reason I stayed closeted for so long. I forgot to mention that. That's another reason like another part of me kind of sealed away, because I just kept thinking like I'm a weirdo. I'm an outcast. 3rd grade, this kid calls me out for saying that he's not gay because I'm staring at him. 1st grade, a boy kisses me. I get butterflies. 6th grade, I bring a CD to class because it's reading class and everybody can bring a CD. They like music and they love My Goodies, but when they hear it's all Sierra, they don't want to hear it because a dude bought it. If it was not for Logie making me feel comfortable that I told him I was gay, if he had never talked to me again, I could be one of those kids that commit suicide. You know, the teen suicide rate for gays was really high. Because, you know, they either deny who they are, they can't accept who they are, or their parents reject them. How many of you could literally say if your child turned out to be gay, you'd be like, oh, I'm okay with it. Are you though? Because if you're having a problem with gay people now, I don't know if you'd have a problem. You'd probably just say a kid it was a phase or something like mine made it seem like it was. They accept me now. They love me. Ever since I came out and accepted myself, I've been loved by my family. I love it. I know some people aren't that fortunate. I have a friend that got rejected by his whole family because they found out he was gay. He's never talked to him for a long time, and that's sad. If we could turn it off by a flick of a switch, maybe some would. I wouldn't, because I like who I am. I'm comfortable with who I am. But you have to make it okay for your kids to tell you anything. Otherwise, they'll bottle it up, and you'll never know what's going on with them. Not every kid's gay. That's not what I'm saying. But you don't know what you're gonna get when you make a human being. You're making a human being. You're not making a robot that you can put all your ideas and force them to be what you want, because they'll eventually be what they want to be. But they're not influenced by cartoons. We're not influenced by people we see on the street, because if I was, I'd be straight. You gotta remember that. Like, gay adults don't just appear out of nowhere. We're not like, hi. We were kids too. We became teenagers and now we're adults. But it's such a weird anomaly to you guys that have such a problem with gay people and kids. I don't think Pride is targeting your children, but I think some of them, it's a way to tell them like it's okay. If you are, it's okay. That's kind of where I want to end the video. If you're an LGBT kid and you listen to this, maybe what I'm saying won't affect you because like your experiences will be different than mine, especially in these circumstances these days, compared to like being a 90s gay kid. But just know it's okay to do whatever you want to do, to be who you are. That's all I gotta say.